Coast hip hop. And like I say every week, y'all, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything in between, folks, you're live with the Godfather. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park, we still doing it, baby. We still doing it. And we doing it once again this Thursday, y'all. And today, I got a special guest in the house coming up tonight, folks. They call him the Black Al Capone, youngster out of Houston, Texas. But sometimes I like having my co-host, my partner, sit in with me when I have folks that I'm not really familiar with. I ain't gonna try to claim I know everybody. Dusty is a lot more familiar with folks than I am, so I have a little backup on this show. I invited Dusty to sit with us today, and he's on the sideline waiting to come in right now. What's up, Dusty?
My man, how are you, Playboy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just waiting on my boy to chime in. He got the link. He said, folks, in just a few minutes. So, but we got double guests today. We got double guests. I ain't telling y'all who the second one is just yet. I'm gonna do my man first. Y'all post up with him, hang out for a while with us, and when that time comes, I'm gonna drop my second guest on you. Hopefully, he'll be on time as well. And we get this party started. I want to thank you, Dusty, for shooting me those questions, man.
Oh yeah,
I've been kind of didn't have time to do a lot of research on my man, but my boy. Hold on one second there. Alexa, right, stop, please. I had to stop my girl over there. She over there. She's doing too much, and I had to shut her up for a minute. But yeah, you sent me a couple of links today that was very informative of my man, so I can have some good questions to ask him and keep this interview cracking. So that's what we do. Buddy.
Cool. Well, I have until 7:30 tonight. Hopefully I can sit in on the second guest if it's not too much. If not, it's all good. But I got until about 7:30 because then I got to do my own thing tonight. I got a cool little show coming up myself at Dusty Vision TV. But I'm definitely looking forward to hanging out with you. It's always fun talking hip hop with you, man.
Who you got coming tonight?
I got my buddy Fudge Deuce out of Compton. He's a rapper, very intelligent dude, man. Great vibe, and we got a good conversation planned about all the crazy shit that's going on in the streets. And I definitely encourage everybody to check it out, Dusty Vision TV on YouTube. I appreciate you all, definitely. Even the haters, man. I was getting into it with a hater in your comment section today, man.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I couldn't help myself, but it's just so funny how people get their information from documentaries they've seen and VH1 specials and things like that, and then they try to tell you Lonzo about what was really really going on back then. It trips me out, man, when I read that stuff.
Go ahead. What we got, man? For my guest get here.
Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. Hold on. What up, Marlon? Just want to give a shout out to everybody. What up, Marlon? What up, Gangu Roach?
What up, folks?
Have you ever been to Houston?
Yeah, I've been a few times. I ain't been there lately, but I'm going back. I was at Houston. I spoke at the college in Houston a couple of years ago before the COVID.
Oh, okay.
Looking forward to get back into that?
You looking forward to getting back into that speaking thing? I can't wait
to the stuff clear. Yes, sir. I miss it, man. I miss it big time. I'm out there here in my studio. It's cool. It just ain't the same, man. Sometimes you want to see people. You want to be around people, but COVID, kind of messed that up. Yeah. What my hater got to say, man?
Oh, shit. You know what? Let me go on and pull it up here then. Since we're talking about it, I just couldn't help myself. It was on the video title, "Why Shouldn't I Never Mess with Jerry Heller," which is one of the top videos right now.
Right. I responded to him.
Yeah, I saw you did. You said you don't know Lonzo. He said basically he came in saying, Lonzo's talking all this trash now about Suge Knight, but would he have done it in his face? And if he did, Suge Knight would have slapped Lonzo. And then Lonzo replied with, "You just don't know Lonzo then."
We went back and forth for a minute, man. I explained to him. I said, dude, I told him, first of all, I didn't disrespect the man. I just told the man if I had a problem, I know where to find you at. That's all I said. I didn't say nothing else. I didn't say nothing threatening. I wasn't trying to swell up on him. I told him to his face, if we had a problem, I know where to find you. In other words, we ain't got no problem because I ain't looking for you. And he kindly, hey, man, all right, right on. But in the meantime, just in case it went left, I did put my hand on the phone receiver in case it went left. I'm that dude. You don't know Lonzo. I'm not going to instigate nothing, but I'm always going to defend myself. And you got to understand also that was before Death Row had blown up. He was still just me and him, with nobody there but me and him, just talking. Okay, so with nobody to show off in front of. So I told homeboy, it's amazing how somebody who probably was in diapers when this shit went down gonna tell me what the hell I did. I don't understand how you could do that. Okay, now you heard a lot of stories in the 90s and late 80s, but what story do you know about him in the early 80s when he was playing football for
UNLV?
NULV, okay, when he was bodyguarding with Big West. Now I knew Big West. And this is what I'm talking about. I know the triple OGs of the game. I'm not no second string dude. I'm a triple OG. I knew Big West when Big West was knocking niggas out at the Forum back in the 70s. For the promoter they had it was Larry. Man, I forgot the promoter's name. He was Louis Gray. Louis Gray was the biggest promoter in Los Angeles. He always had all the shows coming through here. And he had hired some brothers to be a security. I know, don't call me right now in the middle of the show. And he had a group called Ness. And Ness was working the Forum, and they was knocking Negroes out for real. Okay, the security guards were all ex-cons, and West ran that. Okay, I mean I think West eventually died. I know he was sick or died, one or two, but Big West, Uncle Mel was all. I mean, these guys are all older than me. Okay. Oh, these guys are older than me, so I'm telling you the kind of cats that I grew up with, that I knew. I used to have Mel Swint. Uncle Mel used to run the security at Eve After Dark for me. Then he moved on to messing with Suge and Death Row. So please don't talk to me about what you think would have happened if this didn't. It didn't happen like that, man. Everybody was. I don't claim to be no superhero. I never claim to be no badass super nigga. But I'm a brother from the streets. Like I told homeboy. You don't have a business in the hood between Watts, Compton, Gardena, and LA and survive not getting beat up, not getting robbed by being no punk. That's all I got to say. You don't survive that shit in that era being nobody's punk.
Yeah, especially the 80s and 90s.
I was a bitter old man.
Yeah, he said you were a bitter old man. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, do I look bitter than anybody out there?
Nope, I know you personally. I've never seen you bitter ever, I would think.
Dude, I'm lucky as a horse. I ain't got no biggins, but I'm straight. I got time to do this shit every Tuesday and Thursday. I ain't bitter about nothing. Okay, I'm gonna jump in my convertible Cadillac and go cruising Saturday and Sunday, all right? Sitting on dubs. Yes, I'm going to go do some flossing. I party, I DJ at the club because I want to. I like doing that. That's what I like doing. Not because I'm broke and have to. No, y'all. Somebody got the game all twisted up. So understand me, dude. I've been doing what what I like doing for the past 30, 40 years. I ain't had a job in 30. I ain't had a job in 40 years. I ain't never sold no dope, so I must be doing something right.
Yeah, and you know what kills me is when they throw this in there like it's some sort of diss or something, but they be like, "Oh, he's a one-hit wonder." Motherfucker, how many hits you got? 0. You know what I'm saying? Like they think that calling somebody a one-hit wonder is a diss. Come on, man. You know how hard it is to get a fucking hit?
JJ Fan, a one-hit wonder. There's a lot of people one-hit wonders. Dude, when you got one hit, that is just to get a hit in the game is life-changing within itself. That's one of the biggest pluses you can have in the game, dude, is to get a hit. That one hit, and even the mile hits that I've had, I have a lot of club hits. I have some mile hits that do me very well.
That still get played in top shows. That still get played in top shows like Snowfall, ladies and gentlemen. He has hits that, you know what I mean? Yes. These are hits. You're making money off that one hit to this day.
People always calling using my stuff. I represent the 80s. So, bro, hey, man, everybody wants to compare. I think they want to not everybody. People want to compare scoreboards based on dollars. Man, nah, dude. It's just my term. At that time, I'm not gonna say I've made a lot of money in my career, but I made more money in clubs than I had. I'm not a record producer. I'm a record label owner. I'm a publisher. I am not a producer. When I do commercials from a club that I play in, I bring in the engineer. I could probably do it myself, but I don't have time to. That's not my forte. That's not my forte. That's not my lane, in other words. So I stay in my lane. I do Lonzo. What I do in Lonzo don't pay as much as it does for being Dr. Dre, but it pay pretty good. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to keep doing me. I'm not trying, like I told him, if cats have went to jail and lost their lives trying to impress cats like him, okay? Dude, you don't know nothing about me, man. I done dealt with some of the hardest old triple OGs from Pyro, the niggas that people talk about. I done dealt with them face to face, up close and personal, fought, ran. Yeah, I had to run sometimes. The number was too high. We didn't have guns to shoot at. You had to get up and haul ass. So yeah, I'm damn right. I'm still here to talk. I'm still here today to talk about it. Most of them ain't here no more. Most of them ain't here. I didn't take them out. I didn't do nothing to them. It's just the game they play. Everybody can't win.
And I guarantee if you play, and I guarantee if you play Turn Off the Lights at any random party where 38 and above is the age range, everybody would be on that dance floor. Turn up my girls up until about a year and maybe a year or so ago. My wife didn't even put it two and two together that I'm sitting. I do a show with Lonzo who sings that song that she loves when she was like 11 years old. You know, she's like, "Oh shit, he sings that song. Oh my God, I know that." And then I played it. We were singing it word for word, man. So that one hit wonder thing, you got to knock that off because there are people making money off that one hit 40 years after they released it.
Come on, man. That record's 40 years old, man. Come on, think about that. That record's 40. That record 40 years old. But 35 for damn sure. Okay, 35 years old. Still get paid on it, and I took care of my business. So I'm very cool. Master
P sampled "Turn Off the Lights." I mean, come on, guys.
Took it platinum. Got the plaque on the wall. Got the checks. Spent the checks already. Spent the checks already. Okay. Man, come on, man. You know, everybody thinks you got to be a real man. You got to be some kind of hard killer or something, man. I let the killers do what they do, man. That ain't what I do. If I ain't gonna say that. A lot of youngsters think you got to prove yourself every opportunity. Sometimes it's best prove you got some sense and walk away. Every fight ain't worth fighting. Okay? Yeah. I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Okay? I'm here, I'm free, I'm healthy. I got some money. I'm all right. Ain't nobody looking for me. I ain't got no lawsuits. Come on, man. Come on. And I'm 64 years old. I'm not no kid, dude. I live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood. Okay. Got 3 cars. Most of them paid. 2 of them paid for. Only because I just bought the newest one. Okay. Could have paid cash for it, but I chose not to. Now.
Bitter? I don't think so. And I'm ashamed that I even got into it with that guy, man. But when somebody comes after my dog Alonzo, it just, that Gemini, that other side of the Gemini comes out on me. So, but usually I ignore that stuff. But I had to jump in. But Sir Le Royale says, what inspired Turn Off the Lights?
Man, the true story. What inspired Turn Off the Lights was a female told me something like that. I was about to get busy. And she was like, all right, I don't play. You're going to do this, you better do it good. If you don't, get your ass up out of here. Something to that effect. And I was at the swap meet, Compton swap meet, dropping off some records. And everything just started coming to me. It's like I got a bad feeling in my stomach or a good feeling in my stomach. I wrote the whole song, sitting in the Compton swap meet in the parking lot. You know, those sleeves that you have on the record, you pull the 12-inch out, that white sleeve. I wrote everybody's part, sitting in the Compton swap meet, brought that back to the studio, and Dre had already had the beat. He was playing with the beat, and we started working on it. And they didn't want to do the song. I had to bribe them to do the song. It's in my book. I had to pay them to do the song. They didn't want to do it. So I had to write the whole song, bribe them to record it, and they left. They were like, fuck that song. They wanted to be gangsters. Who knew?
Yeah. Change the world. What's the history? Maybe you don't know this, but hopefully you do. What's the history behind albums being released on Tuesdays back in the day? My boy trying to come. My boy trying to come on.
Yeah, no. That's I'm just looking. I'm looking for his people. He booked the show through his
management
manager
team?
or his publicist, and he was forwarding the link. I told him, I said, I got a second show at 6:30. If he ain't here by then, I got to roll to something else. And I just got a text from my second guest, might be a tad bit late. So I'm glad you able to come on, man, and kick it with for a minute. We won't be here no 7:30. My second guest, I got that one. You got to go. I got you. I appreciate you.
Oh man, I want to sit in on that. I want to sit in on that one though. That's the thing. So yeah, we'll make it work. We'll see if it works. But yeah, what's the history behind albums being released on Tuesdays back in the days?
Tuesday was like the first day of because records would come out. You had to have a day to get them to the stores and get them to the radio. So Monday was music day at the record company. Tuesday was music day at the radio stations. And that's when everything actually hit the stores on Tuesday. So if Tuesday, everything got geared up. Monday, everything got geared up. And sometimes if you was like a big chain, you got your records at midnight on Monday, 12:01 Monday. You better not put them on the shelf. You better not play them before 12:01 Tuesday morning. Okay, that was the game, and especially somebody everybody was looking for, because people would get pissed. Because back then, whoever had it was gonna make the money the first 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, and a lot of times the big chain like not VIP, but even bigger than VIP, warehouse would have discounted. They discounted an extra 50 cents in the white neighborhoods. So if the white folks wanted, and they would drop it 12:01, they tell you it comes out at 12:01 Tuesday morning, and everybody running, niggas be in line. That was, and then Tuesday morning was record day at the radio station, and everybody started playing their records on Tuesday. You go on the radio station, any radio station, you see the same acts, different. I used to be a record promoter, and I would go out to KGLH, K-Day, different stations. You see the same guys right behind. Everybody got the second records under their arm.
And trip out on this. I have a story behind that. I used to go to the Compton Swap Meet to buy a lot of my music back in the mid to late 90s, back when CDs were popping. And the Asian dude, you may know his name. I don't even know if it's the same one you used to do business with, but long story short, he would tell us, a select few, to come Monday just before they closed, just before the Swap Meet closed, to get the album early that came out Tuesday. I got E40's album before anybody had it. And this is messed up because I burned it for like 10 people. This is back when we used to burn CDs for people. So that's probably why they don't do that shit.
Yeah. Especially when CDs came out. The CD come out on Tuesday, Wednesday night, the bootleggers got it. For CDs, records were a little bit different because, in the early times, bootlegging, the only thing you could really bootleg was 12 inches. I mean, I'm sorry. You can only bootleg cassettes. Bootleg cassettes and 8-tracks. Those were the easiest things to bootleg in the beginning. Was the big ass 8-tracks and the cassettes. Because anybody with a cassette player could pretty much do that. And they had 8-track recorders also. I used to have one. But when CDs came out, although a CD burner was like $2,500, if you was a serious bootlegger, that wasn't no money.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't money.
That was nothing.
That wasn't no money. That was nothing. Okay. Shit, you make that back the weekend.
We got some good questions, man. We got some good questions. We have some good questions. So if our first guest doesn't show up, we got a show right here because we have some good questions in the chat. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. What made you guys? This is from DJ Wick. What made you guys decide to use New Birth as the basis of Turn Off the Lights?
That was something Dre actually pulled. We had been going through some different songs that would allow us to get the same groove, something a little bit different than our Lovers. Lovers was our big. People don't realize. People forgot about Lovers. Before Turn Off the Lights, that was our biggest record. That was our biggest, and I don't hit on the radio or nothing like that. But Lovers was our biggest record, and it got more radio play than any of our in the Surgery, Juice, or anything else. And when we came back to Turn Off the Lights, it was like Lovers had already paved the way for Turn Off the Lights, and New Birth was that particular vibe. That bass line was so cold, we just jumped on it, and we was able to make it work.
Classic song. Monty 1K, and before I give you this question, Lonzo, I want to remind you that sometimes people, the audience, hear things differently, and they may think they heard something that they didn't. So, before you answer this, if you don't know, then maybe we'll check the video. But Monty 1K says, OG Lonzo, did you see DJ Yella on Vlad recently saying he didn't make money with the Wrecking Crew? I haven't watched that part. But
yeah, I heard that.
Oh, okay.
I heard him say that.
Okay.
I heard him say that. Now, we didn't make a whole lot of money, but one thing I can say, they always got paid. How much money they kept, that's a different thing, okay? I can't control a man's spending habits, okay? Up until about 2 years ago, I had a receipt book. I had Dre's signature, Cube's signature, Yella's signature, Shakespeare's signature, and Clientele's signature in this big-ass receipt book. And I sold that receipt book to, what's that university in New York? They have a hip-hop library. And that's not Columbia. It's not Columbia. It's another one in New York. They have a hip-hop library.
Yeah.
Not NYU. So I think it started with a C. Anyway,
go ahead, I'll look it up.
They were looking for some hip hop artifacts, and I personally sold that receipt book because I know if something happened to me, it don't look like much. It don't look like it has no significance whatsoever. And that receipt book shows where people were. It has carbon copies of their names in it where they actually were paid. Now, again, if I give you the money, you set it on fire, throw it out the window, buy hookers, whatever you do with it, that's on you. But I know I gave you the money. We got our deal from CBS. Everybody's cut was $13,000 after everybody was paid. I got double, but they all got, because I own the company, I had to pay for production, but they all got $13,000 before they could. Before the money was even, the check was even issued to me, they'd already hit me up to borrow money. They was all in my debt. And when the check got finally cleared the bank, I got my money back. Yes. See, people forget about small stuff like that. I had a buddy of mine. He worked for me from time to time, and I need half to get started. Oh, here you go. And every other day or so, he come to me, not these guys, but he come to me, hey, I need 100, I need 200. And at the end of the job, in his mind, he still got half coming. No, you done nickel and dimed your way down to $150 from the $450 you were supposed to have originally, because one, you're behind schedule, and two, you've been borrowing money all the time. So I'm trying to figure out, how is it that you think you can borrow money and still get paid the full amount that you was due if you hadn't borrowed money? And that's the same thing happened with the fellas. Everybody had to have new change. Oh, we got money coming. Let me hold 500. No problem. I had the money. No problem. Well, we got our CBS check came. You owe me $6,000. You owe me $3,000. You owe me $4,000. Whatever. Give me my money. Okay. If I'm wrong, check me. If I'm wrong, check me. So yeah, you may have gotten 13. You may have been entitled to 13,000, but by the time you borrowed all that money doing what you had to do, you had, you didn't went through shit. For 5,000, now you only got 7,000 to 8,000 coming. Whose fault is that? That's my fault. If I tell you no, you can't have the money, you've been mad at me. So people's perception is always different when it comes to certain shit.
Mm.
He didn't make the money he made with N.W.A. Huh?
No, go ahead. Continue. I didn't hear you.
He didn't make the kind of money he made with N.W.A. Wrecking Crew. I mean, we leave here on a Thursday or Friday. We make $8,000 to $10,000, maybe sometimes 15. And shit, they spent it all week long. They spent their time spending the money. We got to go back on the road again. And at some point in time, the gigs stopped coming.
And this is 80s 15,000. That's a lot of 80s 15,000 should take you a long way.
No. I mean, as a group, we make $8,000 to $15,000 on the weekend, and by the time I paid the air flight managers and shit, everybody might get $1,000, $500 to $1,000, depending on what it was. It's four of us. It's four of us, okay? And I got all the bills. I'm paying. I got advanced. Sometimes I had to advance the air flights or hotels to the promoter reimburse me, but that was all a part of it. Had to be deducted. I'm not paying for that shit and give you all full money. That don't make no sense. So that's the part when you playing multiple roles. Sometimes people can misconstrue. Shit get convoluted. When you playing, I'm a group leader, record company, and for a while I was manager. Okay, because I didn't have a manager. So then I did get management. They want to get paid. They got 20% off the top. So if we make 15,000, 3,000 is gone. Now we're down to 12. Okay, we're down to 12, and they got to pay for the hotel, cab fare, suitcase. Luggage. We always had to bribe the goddamn the sky caps at the airport to put our equipment on the plane. That was $150, $200 each way. So that shit, we had overhead expenses. That's business, Doc.
Yeah, and promoters and record executives like yourself, they get a bad rap. But what people don't see is the behind the scenes stuff that they have to do. I mean, that they have to pay for. They're putting a lot of money up front, and it's not a guarantee that it's going to come back. So I get that part. I always play devil's advocate when it comes to that.
As a promoter, I'm a promoter. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing. As a promoter, people can cut off 10 times 300. That's $3,000. 10 times $5,000. But you didn't you wasn't nowhere. I was writing that check to the radio station. I paid the DJ. I paid the security guard, the cashier, the cleanup man, the poster man. Everybody got their handout before the event.
And I got to pay taxes.
Everybody got
And I got to pay taxes.
Everybody got their handout before I could open that door. I had to rent the room, pay the security guards, pay the poster man, hang up the posters, do all this right here, hire a DJ or rent a system or have my system hauled up there. Ain't nobody working for you for free. Everybody that comes in contact with you, especially if you're a promoter, they got their hand out. So if it costs you $1,500 to do a gig and you make $5,000, you still only made $3,500, and you might not make that every time you do it. You got to take into consideration. Sometimes you're gonna lose.
Yep.
Sometimes you're gonna lose, and guess what? Niggas don't give a fuck. Okay?
Yeah.
So you at the ATM pinching off your house note to make sure everybody get paid.
Yeah. You're taking the most risk.
And that's real talk. So,
Yeah.
So,
what
all right, man. Come on, dude.
What percentage of acts on a record label does a record label have to go through that fail before one act just hits? Because from what I understand, they're really relying on just one or two acts to really hit. Kind of like the movies, you have one or two blockbusters a year, but all the other movies, barely break even.
Well, if you're a record company and you understand how record companies go, the sales from the record is just a tool to finance other investments. So based on your contract, it takes you 6 to 9 months to get paid. So if you sell a couple 100,000 records in a month's time, that's a few $1 million. The artist only gonna get out of 100,000 records, let's say 100,000, 200,000 records. If your ass get after advance recouped, if you get another $50,000, $100,000, you should feel blessed. And it probably ain't gonna happen. Most of the time, we had to figure it out. One time we had to figure it out. You had to sell $150,000 just to get back to zero. Get back to zero. $150,000 just to get to zero. That means you just recouped all your money that they gave you. Okay, depending on your contract. Okay, you might have to go sell 150,000 records just to get to zero. And if they give you any additional promotional support, tour, videos, all that gets stacked on top of the advance. So, man, but meanwhile, 150,000 records of them at $10 a piece, that's $1.5 million. So they ain't losing no money. They only gave you 100,000. They only gave you 100,000. But it takes you $150,000 just to 150,000 units to get back to zero. Meanwhile, they done made $1 million on you trying to get back to zero. So in the math of the game, $1 million and invested in some mutual funds for, I don't know, 60, 90 days, some CDs, whatever the case may be. And if you do decide they owe you some money, they're going to pay you from the interest and still going to hold some money back in case some of the records that sold get returned, which I never understood how the fuck records that sold get returned. Even in contracts right to this day, there's a clause for returns. You can't return a digital file. There's still a clause in contracts for returns. There's still a clause in some contracts for free goods. How do you give away a free stream?
Wow, something that I already heard, and it's not tangible.
It's not tangible, but they'll tell you we have so many records to give away free goods. Plus, in a hardcore contract for tangible products, CDs, cassettes, albums, the contract allows the record company to give away 10% free goods. So on 100,000 records, they can give away 10,000 and not pay you for them.
Oh, hell no.
But in most cases, they get sold at the swap meet. Them 10,000 that get sold at the swap meet still make another 100,000 that anybody got to pay you for. The game is rigged. The game is rigged.
Wow.
The game is rigged. And you'll never hear, I ain't never heard an artist that was with a company after 3 years that how much they love their record company.
Exactly.
Ain't none of them. Michael Jackson, Prince, all of them. Much money they made for their record companies. You ain't never heard of an artist that loved their record company.
Yep.
They love them when they first get signed because they treat them like kings. After that, it's a done deal. You just another act. The more you say, yeah, we still love you, but then you start reading your contract and you realize, oh shit, I'm a slave. Not
literally,
don't die.
Literally working for nothing, Lonzo.
Huh?
Yeah. I said literally a slave working for nothing, trying to recoup.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, man.
Look, hey, my first guest ain't gonna make it.
Shout out DJ Wick. Shout out Dozier Fly. Yeah, no, this is a good conversation right here. We're good. We're good. Shout out to Marlon Cosi. Shout out to Sir La Royale. Did Marlon ask, did the World Class Wrecking Crew ever get nominated for any music awards?
We were nominated for Turn Off the Lights for a Grammy. We got knocked out in the second round.
Wait, you were nominated for a Grammy Award?
Yeah.
How we
didn't make it. You can be, when I say nominated, you were nominated, there's like a process that says, okay, these records could be considered. We were considered for a Grammy, put it that way.
Gotcha.
We didn't get a nomination.
Gotcha. Who knocked you out?
For a Grammy.
Who knocked you out?
I don't know. I wasn't the Final Four. I didn't give a shit.
Damn, that's huge. That's huge, man. Never knew that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, we were up for Grammy consideration. Put it that way. That's the term. Grammy consideration.
Damn. Okay. Let's tell a funny little story that we told. How's the second guest looking? Do we have enough time to talk a little bit more?
Oh yeah, we're good. He ain't here yet.
Okay, cool.
I don't see him on the screen yet.
Just cut me off whenever we need to. But we talked about this literally a couple years ago, when we first started doing the show together. And I think it's worth bringing it up again. now that we have some time to chill, talk to us about the time you guys got kicked off the Morris Day tour.
That was a tour we were looking to be on, because we always a big Morris Day fans. They got videos of us doing the Bird, and I was a big Morris Day fan. I thought he was the coolest cat in the world. I had my own version of him, kind of, sort of, but not really. And it was us, Morris Day, and a group called Tease. Tease. I went to school with the members of Tease at Gardena High School. Kipper Jones, Cornelius Mims, some other cats. We all went to Gardena together. So for me, it was a homecoming because I get to perform with my boys. Now these guys been musicians since kindergarten, but because I used to be their DJ at Gardena High School. Now there was a group called Ultraman. Now I'm on tour with them, World Class Wrecking Crew. Mm-hmm. And when we was on tour at the sound check, Morris never sound checked with us. Okay, he never sound checked with us. He always had his own little private sound checks. And when it came time for the show, my road manager came back and told us, he said, "Hey man, Morris say either y'all go out front or stay in your dressing room. Y'all can't come backstage during the show." What the fuck you mean I can't come backstage? I'm a grown ass man. Fuck you mean I can't come backstage? That's some bullshit. How the fuck you gonna tell a grown ass man you can't come backstage when I'm on the stage? Okay. Right, all right. Yeah, no problem. We're gonna stay back in here. So sure enough, it came time to do his part. And in between whatever the song is, after he closes out with Oak Tree. And back then that's he was messing with that shit. And one of my boys saw my man hit him up after the show. And that was it for us. That was it. Morris would he would no longer leave. He'll no longer be a part of the Morris Day tour. Damn, dude, we only did one show. I think we did maybe two shows. They did one show. We only did one show. We were in New Mexico, and we had 2 more dates to do, and that was it for us. So we showed him, he showed us.
Damn, like that. You probably wish like that was one of the times you probably wish that was one of the times you would have just shut up and swallowed your pride, huh?
Nope.
No.
No.
To this day, fuck it.
You know what, dude? I'm fucked up. Okay, I'm a grown ass man. Okay, I'm a grown ass man. You telling me that you another act telling me what I can and can't do? The promoter said, "Hey, Lonzo, we need y'all to stay in the room because we got some elephants coming through, or we got some something crazy going on.
Right?
But y'all mind staying in the room for your own safety, or go out stage and watch in front. So it's gonna be hectic back here. I understand that, but another man can't tell me I need to stay in my room or go outside and play till he get through. Oh hell no, dude! I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that."
Especially a dude who looks like Morris Day.
No, what you want my ass? I don't think so. My second guest just showed up, man.
Yeah.
My second guest showed up. Hey, folks, I'm sorry. The first guest who was supposed to be here did not make it for whatever reason. But my surprise guest is here, folks. My surprise guest is here. He just sat down. He's getting comfortable. I'm looking at him on the side screen. Y'all ready for my surprise guest?
Hell yeah.
Y'all ready for the surprise guest?
Yeah, buddy.
Surprise guest, are you ready? My surprise guest is my homeboy from Compton, folks, DJ Yella. What's up, Doc?
Oh, not too much. Not too much.
How you feeling, man?
Pretty good. Not bad.
Good, man. I'm glad you took time out to come on the show. Unknown said you might be a little late, but that's ain't no thing, man. We sitting here. My first guest didn't show up. I'm glad you're a man of your word. That's old school. Old school. We don't miss interviews. That's old school. Mm-hmm. How your book coming, man?
Oh, good. Going good. Oh yeah.
Now, Yella is the third member of Wrecking Crew and the first member of N.W.A. to write a book. Okay. Now that's how we do this. Clientele wrote this book. Renaissance Man. Y'all know about my book. Not Without Lonzo. Today I got my man Yella on the screen. And he's gonna talk about his book. Man, what made you write your book, dude?
Actually, God told me to write the book. because I never wanted to write a book. I never read a book or nothing. I never even opened up a novel or anything. So it was just something he gave me to do.
Now, in that book, man, you open up I've read some of it. I've heard a lot about it, and you open up a lot, man. You talk about a lot of personal stuff that most people would not want to talk about. I mean, you living on your sister's couch for a short period of time, and your brother passing.
3.5 years.
3.5 years. You slept on your sister's couch for 3.5 years.
Yep, I was homeless for 3.5 years. I mean, I wasn't on the street homeless, but I was homeless. I mean, when you had your own stuff, all the money and all that, it's homeless to me, definitely.
I was at your testimony at church, man, and you told me you told everybody how that happened. You mind sharing that with us today?
How you went
from balling out of control and the homeless?
Yeah, I mean, I just had fun. I mean, I had $500,000 in my pocket, 800 credit score, and buy what I want. Which color do I like? Just did whatever I want. And I just spending. But it was never no drugs or no alcohol and nothing like that. Not even buying women. None of that.
You never drank though.
No.
I can't recall you ever drinking.
I mean, at a couple of clubs, though, gin and juice, but it's that much gin and that much juice. So, I didn't like the taste of alcohol. But
and I never knew you to smoke nothing.
Nah. I just had fun. I just, money came in, I spent it. Money came in, I spent it. That's just the way it was. Plus, I didn't have nobody. My father lived on the other side of town, but I had nobody to talk to. They're like, what should I buy? What should I do this? You should do this. None of that stuff. I had to do it all on my own. And it ended me up on the couch. Not overnight, but it just took, little by little, and it just took. But I had to hit the bottom. Other than that, I wouldn't know life at all if I didn't hit the bottom.
Why you say you had to hit the bottom?
Yeah, I had.
How did you feel? How did you feel within yourself? Did you feel like you did something wrong, or you didn't know something? I mean, you had to hit something, then bounce back up.
Yeah, I mean, well, God had to humble me, and He just didn't humble me once; He humbled me twice, and it just I had to get to the bottom. Then once you hit the bottom, there's only one way: is up. There is no other way. The only way out is up, and He showed me that, He didn't let Dre, He didn't let Cube, nobody helped me at all. And He just, so till this day, He sent me the wife. He told me the wife's name. The next day she called and said, I told her, you get married. We got married 10 months after getting saved. That's how I became unhomeless, because she had a 1-bedroom apartment with my son.
Wait. Back up. God called you and told you your wife's name, and she called you the next day.
The next morning. I'm telling you, just like DJing. I did not want to ever DJ again. God gave me the name. I was talking to unknown on the phone, and before I can click end on the phone, DJ popped in my head. And I said, hey, I want to DJ again. Since then, which was 9 years ago when I got saved, I've been to 100 countries. But God told me what to do, DJing. God gave me a wife 10 months into getting saved. That's how I became unhomeless.
Now, let me rewind that for a minute. God works in mysterious ways. And I want y'all to listen to what he's saying right here. Because people try to clown. We just talking about a guy that's trying to clown me. I'm a bitter old man. Okay. You and I go back. Me, you, and Unknown. Me, you, and Unknown is day ones of Eve After Dark. Okay, you might have came on Tuesday. If Eve opened on Monday, Sunday, you came that Tuesday. Okay, but I roll with you. You roll with me on all kind of stuff, man. Yeah. I'm sitting in the room right now. I tell people all the time, this is where the porno shit just jumped off at. Okay. Right. I still got the couch. I still got one of the couches you left here when you was doing the
hey,
we had a good time back in the day. We had the whole set, and the room. I still ain't painted this room again because it's 4 different colors.
Yeah.
Why? People say, why you doing 4 different colors? Because Yella, all we would do is we position the camera and move the couch and have another whole other set. Okay, and to go from that to being saved, man, that's the hell of an accomplishment, Doc.
I mean,
that's a hell of an accomplishment.
It's because I know it was God, because quite a few times I was doomed to be dead. I mean, literally, when I was little, I worked at Taco Bell and I was making a taco, and I turned around, it was a sawed-off shotgun sitting on the counter. All it had to do was go off, and I wouldn't be here talking today. Me and Dre driving up to Stockton in that RX-7 that he bought from you, and we both doing 100 miles an hour, both sleep, and we drift off into the dirt, and something just woke us both up at the same time, and we said, "Whoa!" So when we got back on the road, less than a mile, it was a big rig truck parked in the dirt. We should have died right then. And then a few years later, somebody was following me. They followed me to the motorcycle shop everywhere. They wanted to kill me. I mean, and these was killers that killed people well known today.
Now, I've been knowing you for a long time. Why was somebody you ain't never been one of them dudes? Why would somebody want to kill you?
Women.
I think, wait a minute, hold on. There you go. In the movie, I get this question all the time. In the movie Straight Outta Compton, they want, is Yella really trying to hit on your girl? I told them, I said, man, we hit on all each other's girl. We always tested a woman's loyalty. That's just what we did. If it wasn't your woman, nigga, okay? Yella ain't here to come on by the house. Lonzo ain't home right now. You want to come in to the studio? I mean, people don't understand that. It was like it was. That's probably one of the most questions I get, man. I got to ask you this, man. I want you to clear this up for me.
Uh-oh.
How did you feel about the jackets, man? The Wrecking Crew jackets
from the movie?
Now, in the movie we got clown. Oh man, Lonzo got y'all the marching jackets. Would you please tell them what the jackets meant to us back in the day?
Oh, the jackets was something else. The purple, and it was like how the motorcycle, clubs got their name on their jackets. It was the same thing. It was just like something unheard of back then. Only 4 or 5 people had the jacket. That was it. I mean, it was just something we was proud of at that time. It was just something. I mean, for the movie, made it Hollywood to make, movies are made.
Right, I understand that. But see, people take that shit for being fucking real life documentary. Oh man, you had Dre wearing fucking marching jackets. Man, everybody loved them goddamn jackets. When
you could talk about the clothes we wear. We wore them clothes for the women. It wasn't for guys. It was to attract women. That's how. That's what we was there. That's what we was about.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Dude, I tell them, we weren't trying to attract no niggas. We weren't looking for no dudes to come follow us around. We had a female follower. We was trying to be as good looking as possible. Okay, that's what we did, dude. I'm really glad to have this conversation with you, man. Tell us more about the book, dude. Where can they find the book at?
You can find the book. It's called Straight Outta Compton: My Untold Story. It's on Amazon. You can get paperback. You can ebook. Or if you want the autograph books, there's at my website, DJYella of N.W.A.com, and I'll send out the autograph ones. And the book, I mean, it goes from when I was little, like 5 years old. It's amazing that God had me remember all this stuff, and it's so detailed about everything. I didn't do it to brag on myself or something like that. I did it to show people that even me as a sinner for all these years doing whatever, everything opposite of God is a sin. So it don't matter what the sin is. And he came and still got me. And I wasn't even looking for him. I never knew nothing about him. Didn't want him, anything. But he still came and got me. But I tell all the stories before the music started, doing the music, doing the N.W.A, the breakup, after the easy. I mean, it's so much life in there. It's amazing. It's 93,800 words.
How many pages you got?
328 pages.
How many pages is your book?
328.
All right, you got me beat by 10. Mine is 316, and I know you got to leave some stuff out because I know that. I know you had to cut some stuff out. People understand that it's harder because the Amazon got you limited to like the 330 pages or something like that. And this, and if you got pictures, you only got so many pages you can put in that summer gun. I left a lot of stuff on the computer.
I put 100 and something pictures in there.
Did you?
It just costs more if you got it in color. See, the ebook is all in color.
Okay.
But the paperback is black and white. So it didn't cost me no more.
Okay.
Nothing. I could have put 1,000 pictures in there. It don't matter.
Okay. All right. So now here's something y'all don't even know. Right before COVID hit, Yella came by the studio, and me, him, and clientele sit down and talked about getting back together as world-class wrecking crew.
No kidding.
And hitting the road. Now, tell me about that, man. How you came up with that?
It just God put it on my mind to. I don't know what it was because it didn't happen because the COVID came, but He just had me to.
Ain't over with.
Oh yeah. I mean, it might be just doing book signings or Q&As or whatever it might be. It may not be performances, but it might be just universities, colleges, whatever it is. But God just put it on my heart to do it. And I do it. He told me to do it, and I do it.
Arnold, you got any questions from Dusty? You got any questions for Yella Man? I know you over there. You chopping at the bit.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying this. It's definitely a pleasure to meet you. N.W.A is the reason I literally fell in love with hip hop. My Mexican homie Ramiro let me hear. Ruben. Sorry, Ramiro was too short. Ruben let me hear N.W.A, and it just made me fall in love with this art form. Can you just talk to us about the day that you guys sat down to decide, you know what, we're going to start this group called N.W.A?
I don't think it was really a day or a plan or something. I know the idea was to bring different people from different groups, like Arabian Prince, me, Dre, from different groups. Q was in the CIA to make one mega group, to make like one super group or something. And it was just wasn't really planned out. It was just it's how it was. Boys in the Hood got made, and then that was just the start of it right there. Once the Boys in the Hood got made, because it was originally for somebody else, Dre had to make do the rap because he can't rap and had to do all it. But once that got it, and then it just started to click. It just started to click. It was like something that had to be. We was in the wrecking crew first, but that had to end for us to get to this. And then that group had to end. That group had to end for Cube and all them to go in different ways and get big.
We've heard. Now
think about this. We broke up at #1 on the Billboard. We shipped gold.
Wow.
We shipped #1 in the group breakup. No groups that I heard of break up when they're on top. They break up when they're at the bottom and can't get it together. But we broke up at #1. And nobody was mad at each other. Just the outsiders talking to the insiders, and that's what did it. That's what break up a lot of houses too.
Damn. If I can ask you one more thing.
In your book, where?
Oh, my bad. Okay, cool. Just one more thing, and then Lonzo, you take it away because I'm enjoying this more listening. Can you give us your what you remember? Can you let us know what you remember about recording Boys in the Hood?
Well, that I wasn't at. I was actually at work. I had to get a job. It was like for 3 months, and then Dre did the Boys in the Hood, so I didn't get to record the Boys in the Hood. Not at all. He just brought it to me. He told me, he said, "Hey man, I want you to come with me." And I said, "Well, all right, I'm gone. I'm with you." I quit the job and never looked back.
Thank you.
Where was you working at?
I worked at the Beverly Hilton, or it was a brand new hotel in Beverly Hills. With Barry got me the job there, and I was a valet with a pink shirt and a pink bow tie. I used to walk up, "How you doing? May I help you?"
You know what, dude? I got a lot of respect for you being as humble and being as honest as you have been. I've been watching you. I've been following your interviews with Thorne Baker and Vlad, and even now, man, a lot of stuff that you went through, a lot of cats wouldn't admit, man.
Yeah.
You know that takes a lot of humbling to keep it 100. Okay, yeah. And I got a lot of respect for you for doing that, and I appreciate you coming on the show. We talked off camera when you came by the house, and just sit here with me, you, and Unknown, and I think it was client. No, I think I called client. Oh, the clientele came through too, and just sit here with the fellas, man, and just kick it in the studio where it all started at. Yeah. It was a good feeling for me. You know, it was a good feeling for me. To sit here right now and kicking with you is a good feeling for me in the studio. You know, same place we spend a lot of time rehearsing and arguing and shit. And God knows if I had with them DNA lamps, it'd be all kind of shit on this goddamn.
Now I bet you don't know the only argument we had. I bet you don't remember. It's in the book.
What argument we had?
I bet you don't remember.
About.
We only been.
I mean, my first argument
in London.
We had one argument at the very beginning about being from Compton.
No.
What was the argument about?
Nah, London. We was rehearsing for the show.
What happened in London?
In London, and I remember something about the music. I remember our machines wouldn't play, so we had to run off a tape. Gladly, we brought a back of tape, and for some reason, I remember we argued about something, and I said, "You fix it." And I walked off the stage and sat in the bleachers. And I said, "Yeah, he can't figure it out."
Because in London, they have a reverse polarity. They have a reverse polarity or something. And I think
they got 220.
220. And we didn't have an adapter. And something happened. And I know the shit burnt. It would not work. Okay. Yeah. And that was your job, goddamn.
They run 220. And the machines back then didn't switch over by themselves. Right now, you can take your phone and it'll go on 220 or either one. But I remember that. It wasn't a real argument, but I remember that. I was hot. I had to put it in the book.
Man, in London, that was a high energy shit. That was a high energy set, man. Because we was with Sir Mix-a-Lot. We was with Africa Bambaataa. We was with
yeah, that was like the Fresh Fest, but it was in London. That was a big show. That was a big one.
Yeah, that was a big show for us, man. Because us and Mix-a-Lot were the only West Coast groups. We had to show off.
Yeah,
I was probably pissed because we can have our shit.
But we still did all right, though.
We still understand this. As Wrecking Crew, we had a digital band we carried with us. We had drum machines, we had sequencers, we had keyboards, and we had programmed, Dre had programmed what was considered an encore, okay? And when we got through doing that encore, that shit was hot as a motherfucker. And because we had our Wrecking Crew steps on, we was pretty as a motherfucker. And we got to, I know Bill don't cuss, but we was pretty all outdoors. And when we got through, we go back and hit that at a hi-hat, and we be doing our Wrecking Crew shit, and that stole the show many a day. Because we was always competitive with other acts. We tried to burn the stage up every time we left that son of a bitch. Okay? We tried to set it on fire, make it as hard as possible for the next group to come on and perform. And without that, with the tape, you can't get the same thing. We did a good show because we was well rehearsed. But I wanted to have that same kick-ass thing that we always do.
Yep. That was funny. It's so funny I had to put it in the book.
I ain't mad at you, Doc. I don't remember that one, but if you say so, I'm gonna roll with you. You remember when you blew up my engine in my RX-7?
Dre
you put that in the book too?
Nah, I didn't buy the car. Dre
Huh?
did. That was Dre's car.
No, you used to drive and it came back, the engine was blown up.
No. I
Had to get
think.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Yeah. See,
that was a rotary car, and if your antifreeze leak out, that aluminum motor is done. It overheats. They ruin
right.
it.
Well,
Because it happened to
you
Dre
drove it.
too when he bought the car, the radiator,
Right.
and that's just the way they made the motors. It was just bad.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, we was all young. What was your best time to leave after dark, man?
DJing, just DJing. I'll tell people in interviews all the time. Me and Dre felt more like stars when we was DJing. Not in the group, not in N.W.A. We felt more like a stars because it was every weekend. And the girls would just hee hee ha, we felt like stars then. That was fun.
We couldn't go to the mall. We couldn't go nowhere back in the day. It was just my daughter. She was a kid at the time, and I have her on Saturday afternoons, and we go to the mall to buy her something or whatever, and people stopping me, want to talk, and she be just. I didn't realize that you had to stop and dedicate, and that people don't understand when you out in public with your family, you try to spend some quality time with your family, and I can't take. But back then, it wasn't about taking pictures. Nobody had pictures on their phone. People wanted to sign autographs and hang out and stuff and talk to you. But you with your family right now, so I can't do that. Okay, and that was something that I experienced at an early age. And I know a friend of mine was talking about she ran into Steve Harvey one time, and he was like, "Ma'am, I love to, but I'm with my family right now." She got mad at him. Okay, and I told her, "Don't get mad at that man for trying to spend some time with his kid."
I mean, but some people, some celebrities they are funny to fans. They won't sign nothing. They won't. Me, I mean, I could be eating with the wife, and I'll stop eating, take a picture, and go back to eating all the time. But some people are very funny. But we've been around it so long, it's like without the people, you wouldn't be nothing at all.
Right. That's true. What's your craziest N.W.A. story, man?
Well, I remember in Atlanta, we was on tour. Yeah, I'll skip the girl part. She was bringing me back, and I walked up to my room because me and Dre was roommates all the time. And I walked to my room and it was open. And I looked at him and I look at Dre, he's sleeping in the bed. Then there's somebody sleeping in my bed. I woke him up. I said, "Hey, who was that in my bed?" He looked over there. I don't know. I'm like, so you just got the door wide open, somebody sleeping in the bed, a girl, and you don't know who it is. I'm like, wow.
Now, did Dre was he still falling asleep in the car as soon as you pull out the driveway? Y'all was hanging out?
That's how he was. He always sleep. That's how I knew he was sleep, probably just bam, sleep. Oh yeah, that's how he used to be. Go to sleep easily.
One of Dre's biggest problems was with me, especially, he get in the car. He always rolled with me, but I back out the driveway. By the time I hit the street, hit the corner, he knocked out. He wake up. Where we at?
Oh yeah.
I mean, knocked out the whole time.
Yeah,
it was like he had narcolepsy or something. He just yeah. And I'm so glad you're here to verify some of this shit. People think I be lying. Oh, Lonzo, no, I'm not hating. I'm just telling the truth. No, I ain't dissing the brother. I'm just something. That's just something that happened.
Remember, he couldn't get a driver's license. He didn't have a driver's license for a while. I asked him, I said, "You got a driver's license? You drive?" "I don't drive." I mean, he got a license, but he don't drive anyway. So
he ain't got to drive nowhere.
Oh yeah,
he ain't got to drive no. When last time you talked to Drake?
A couple of months ago, right before the book came out. A couple of months ago.
How's he doing after the aneurysm?
He was sounding normal. Yeah, he sounded normal. I mean, he texted me. I texted him in the hospital when he was in there. Then a couple of days, he said, "I'm good." Then he texted me later, say, "I'm back in the gym." So I'm like, okay, he's back to normal then, if he's in the gym. So hopefully he's doing. Hopefully he's doing all right.
You said that you got any grandkids?
Nope. Now I got
how many kids?
A step grandkid. That was it. But no, I only got 3 kids.
Okay.
I started late. I didn't have kids to 99.
Oh, Negro, please. Look at you. Okay. Now see, I got something for that. I ain't gonna tell you personal business. And you supposed to have more than that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna stop right there.
I don't know nothing about it.
I nod my ass, okay? I blow my ass, okay? You talking to Lonzo. I'm not gonna put your business out in the street, but man,
can I ask something else real quick?
Go ahead.
You know, one of my favorite hip hop moments of all time was the Fab Five Freddy Yo MTV Raps thing that you guys did, where he came and you guys drove through Compton. Can you talk to us a little bit about that day?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know who idea was it to get a big truck and we stand on the back, drive around Compton. We went from Compton all the way to Venice Beach. I think that's where we ended up. Mm-hmm. And it was, I guess we was the hot tickets then. So if Fab Five Freddy coming, we had to be something for a moment or something. But that was kind of different. It was kind of fun. It was Fab. He's cool. We had fun that day. But they gave us the whole show for that day, so that was good back then.
Dope.
Hey man, how did you feel about Jerry Heller?
Well, in the book, I call him Mr. Manager for certain reasons. I put it like this. You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. But I'm going to say something anyway. The thing is, by us was young, the manager, older than us, no more, been around, all this stuff. But the problem was taking 20% off the group. Okay, that's cool. But you're also taking 20% off the label. So somehow he's making more than us, probably. He was. I mean, so that's kind of, it ain't illegal, but it just, I don't know what the word is. I forgot the word, but it's chicken. It's just doing too much. I mean, he blew a few deals we had. We were supposed to go out with Guns. This was right before Dre left. Guns N' Roses wanted us to go on tour. They said we were starting Florida and stadiums, not arenas. These are football stadiums. Mm-hmm. And they was giving us $25,000 for a 10-minute show twice over the weekend. But Mr. Manager wanted $50,000 for the 10 minutes. 10 minutes is what? 2 songs? 2.5 songs?
Right.
And that broke the camel's back because we didn't go on the road. Because me and Dre like being on the road. More comfortable at just where we like. And we didn't go on that road that last time. Because we were supposed to do a second tour, but we couldn't get no insurance policies or nothing. So that tour didn't happen. Then the Guns N' Roses didn't happen. And that was just like, that was it right there.
Now, he just said something I talked about on the show before. Insurance policies. When you are considered by insurance as a high risk, nobody's going to cover you. So it's real hard to get somebody to, if you got a venue that can't get coverage on the show, you're not going to work that show. And that's something you have to be very careful of, especially if you're an artist trying to do some tours bigger than clubs. Because sometimes the club owner, they'll slide you in. If something happened, his liability insurance will cover it. But when you talk about a promoter and a big venue, they have to have major policies in case you got a lot of people in there. You can't just get by with $1 million policy. Yeah. So if nobody won't write it because they feel it might be an incident or your group may represent something violent, you won't get a policy. He just verified that. Thank you, man. I talk about this all the time.
Yeah, because on our first tour, we was having the same problems, but we ended up putting Salt and Pepper was supposed to be on the show, Kid and Play, and then the Sulfur groups. But Salt and them couldn't make it, and then Kid and Play took their space. So we had Kwame. So it softened up the bill. And they thought it would be fights every night, and there was no fights. But the next tour, the album came out even harder, and big, we could not get no kind of insurance policies at all.
You remember when we were the first tour we went on after we broke up? It was us, me, Eazy-E, N.W.A, Just Ice, Ice-T.
I know.
That tour?
I remember we told the promoter to make you go last.
Okay, thought I was supposed to go last. I had the biggest hit.
No. We told
I had the biggest hit.
we was the headliner. Me and Dre told the promoter, because I got it in the book too. You got to read the book. We told the promoter, make them go last, because we want to look at who is replacing us. So we sat on the side in the stands, up in the stands on the side of the stage, so we could look at the show. And we sat on the side, said, "That's us down there." But we told the promoter to do that.
I talked about that shit in my book as well. Okay.
Oh, really?
That was the most uncomfortable shit in the world. Okay. That was the most uncomfortable shit in the world. I got Battle Cat. He's like 17. I got Richie Rich. I got Mona doing Michelet's part.
Yeah.
And we on the same plane.
Somebody else. I don't know who the other person was.
It was Richie. It was me, Richie Rich, and Battle Cat. I only had 3 of us.
Oh, it was only 3.
I didn't have a 4th.
Oh, okay.
I did Dre's part and I did my part at the end. I opened up and I closed it. Yeah. Battle Cat and Richie Rich just did you and Shakespeare's part.
Oh, okay.
And Mona sang Michelet's part.
Yeah.
But it was the most uncomfortable shit in the world because we on the same same airplanes. We in the same hotels.
We fly together.
We on the same shows. Huh?
I don't think we flew together. I don't think so. I think we came from somewhere else. Nah, we didn't, because we came from somewhere else.
Okay, well, we was on the same hotels for damn sure.
Was it? I didn't know that.
There my guys are. We ain't speaking.
Oh.
We ain't speaking.
Yeah.
We didn't speak. We barely nodded past each other, okay? Most uncomfortable shit in the world. And for a long time, I wouldn't even take a show because I'm like, damn, Jerry, I ain't got no crew. He said, man, you better get some guys, go get your money, goddammit, blah, 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 blah. And that's when somebody recommended Battle Cat and Richie Rich. Oh. And that was kind of my last shows as doing that, because then I started doing some other shit and it just stopped being fun for me, man. It stopped being fun for me.
Oh, wow.
You know? Oh, Black Capone just stepped in, folks. I see him on the, he must have got a late call. Well, man, I'm gonna let this other brother tell them where to get your book at again, Doc.
It's Straight Out of Compton, My Untold Stories, at Amazon and at DJ Yella of N.W.A.com.
All right, man. Much love, y'all. Appreciate it. Good luck on the book, man. Let's do a book tour together or something, man.
All right. Okay.
Much love, Doc.
Right.
All right. Peace.
Thank you, Yella.
All right.
There he is, man. There he is.
Black Al Capone. What up, man?
I can't hear you, Doc. I can't hear you. Push something.
Can't hear you. Gotta love technology.
Nope.
Old-fashioned phones are the shit, is all I'm gonna say. I love me an old-fashioned phone. Nothing works better than a goddamn phone, man. I rarely have this issue when I'm using a phone.
Man, we got a big ass, following tonight, and we got a big ass chat room.
Yeah, I wish I could stick around, but I got my own thing to do at 7:30. I think he just logged in. He's probably gonna try again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Always a pleasure, man. You guys take care. All right, peace, man.
Always. See you Tuesday. All right, peace. All right, folks. You stuck with Lonzo now, damn it. Hey, man, we just heard from Yella talking about his book, Straight Out of Compton, Yella Story. My man, Black Al Capone, just stepped in for a hot minute. So if y'all want to hang out for a minute, I'd appreciate it. And let's see what we got. He's trying to get his sound together because we just lost the sound. I saw the video, couldn't get no sound on him. So let's see what happened. Let me see here. There he comes. Let's try it again, folks.
Can you hear me now?
Black Al Capone.
Can you hear me now?
Hello? I got you now, Doc. I got you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how do we start this? First, I got to try.
All the way from Houston, Texas. What's up, folks?
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Make it look good.
I got to take it to the bright lights in the sunshine. Listen, my whole thing is like,
Go
okay,
take it to the side.
you said that you used to open up. You told the promoter. They were talking about the promoter who goes first and who goes second between Dr. Dre and Yella, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm saying, what was your song that you had out at that time?
My
That was
song was
hotter
Turn
than
Off the
air?
Light, World Class Record Crew.
Oh shit! Look, I gotta get your autograph. I'm such a fan. I made Children of You. Like literally, that is my song, man.
Huh?
That is my song, man. No, that is my shit. Can I cuss on here?
Go ahead, Doc. You
Hey,
with me. I
listen, man.
cuss all the time.
Man, that was my shit, man. I am not gonna lie. That was every bit of my music, man. That was like 100%. That's why I had to. I called AJ. I had got off the phone for a second. I said, "Yo, AJ, who was interviewing me?" He said he's a world famous video. I'm gonna let him tell you. And so I said, "You know what? I'm gonna change the interview around. We're gonna interview him." So how does it feel to actually be a star? Like you a bigger star than me. Like
Right
you.
on, Doc.
Yes, you are. You serious? I made children in
What's
my
up?
music. You ain't make no children of mine. I got a King Islam and Queen Asia. I got King Islam and Queen Asia made after you. Like you ain't making not one child of mine. So please tell me,
Amen.
you was recording music on Reel to Reel. We on Pro Tools
Yes.
now.
Yes,
Man, what
sir.
can I get a feature with you?
I would
Can
love
you
to.
can you jump on my album? Can I send you some music? Do I need to make a beat cater to you? You tell me and send me your wife's side. Do you have a wife? Because I also make women clothing, fashion and stuff. So I also do women bras, panties, bathing suits, customized outfits, customized clothes, and all that other situation. I have my own sex toys and things of that nature that I put out as well. I
I
have
thought that was a sex shop. I wasn't sure though.
huh?
I thought
What
that
you
was a
saying?
sex shop, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say
It's
nothing.
not.
But
It's not a.
yeah, okay.
It's not a sex shop. I supply all the dancers from. I supply all the dancers from here to California to Paris to London. I got dancers that call me from all over the place about making the
Oh,
outfits. Everything I make is customized. It's all one outfit per girl. So Cardi B wears my clothes. Cardi B used to shop inside of my stores. Every time she's in Houston, she swings past and makes sure she get her outfits. I got major artists as well as individual artists that does the loop for me. And in the back right here, I'm jumping over things because my daughter's sick, and she had to blow up the air mattress. But this is my nail shop in the back of here. Here I'm building a podcast center.
oh man.
Here I'm building my podcast center. This is with all free giveaways. I'm like I learned a lot from Dame Dash. Dame said plug everything. So we have our own sneaker, my little flip. So I'm giving away this. I got 4 albums coming out. 4 albums dropping on one day. It's called Trap House,
I saw that
Crack
in the
House.
bio.
Yeah, Crack House, Dope House, and Hoe House. So I'm giving away free sneakers. I'm giving away to the person who sends me the best beat. I'm giving away and who could pick the instruments out of my beat is getting a free drum machine courtesy of our sponsors. Our sponsor is Exotic Pop. They get a free case of Little Flip's brand new soda that just dropped. We have a deal with Monopoly, Troyopoly. So we're gonna give you a free our video game, Troyopoly, we got going out. So you get this. Everything's autographed and signed by me and Lil Flip. So everything's collectible items.
I got a lot of respect for the hustle, boy.
Everything's collectible
Gotta
items.
respect the hustle.
So then you get we have put
Gotta
out
respect the
watches.
hustle.
We got our own earplugs, my own earplugs. You get your own earplugs with it from. We got our own watches. We're gonna give you your own watch for the situation. We have our own female outfits, swimming suits. So your first female get a swimsuit. My artist, I just taught him how to get into the game and force him to take his music money and back into fashion. So we have his Just Fan clothing line collection that's out making moves right now. Here we doing our podcast show. So this is going. I got 4 podcast shows going on in different walls, like the 4 albums. This one right here is called the dressing room. That's gonna have lockers all over here when y'all finish seeing it and everything. It's gonna be a dancing room, dressing room, and dressing room. This right here is gonna be the war report right here, because I know I gotta drop my war report. This right here is when I take everybody all over the different countries with the green screen, and this right here is gonna be my news station from over on this side over here. So, and then I got for the here I'm doing hair. So the girls in here, this is gonna be another podcast show. This podcast show out here is gonna be called the Nappy Shop. So we're gonna be doing a podcast show where girls is gonna be wearing our black candy stuff and then doing hair and stuff like that. And then when our entertainers and the stars come up here, like we have Truth or Dare, so we have our own pedicure stuff, so they get their own pedicures and stuff like that, and get their hair and nails done when we bring the girls in for doing it. And then we drop the pop-in studio here for all our voiceovers. I put a sewing room back here for my sewing. I put a studio over here. I breed exotic bullies. So my girl just had some babies, so she's here hanging out with me. So the puppies is driving her crazy. So I brought us work with us. We have a booth in there, and here we built a blooper room. So when the girls is Truth or Dare, it's gonna be Jello, mud, and everything drop out of the ceiling and the here right here. So for the Truth or Dare for the girls. So we building a whole situation for the girls: podcast, voiceover, movie, everything for conglomerate. Because I believe is women are empowered as men is, and if it wasn't, then how did Harriet Tubman free the slaves instead of a guy? How did Rosa Parks stand in front of the bus in front of the bus instead of a guy? How did Coretta Scott King get the Nobel Peace Prize pushed for Martin Luther King? And got a street named after them, hospitals, and made sure he had a holiday. Then you had Betty Shabazz, who started the University Shabazz for Malcolm X. Then you had Medgar Evans' wife, who convicted the dudes after 100 years of shooting him in front of his children in the driveway. She handled her business. Then you had Winnie Mandela. Winnie Mandela, she handled her business for 27 years for Nelson Mandela for him to win apartheid. Then you had Cleopatra. She jerked over Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Then you had ISIS. Then you had Nefertiti. Then you had Sister Soldier. Then you had the lady from Jamaica who started the refugees, who has a statue. So she's the only female lady who started up and said, "Here, we're gonna start our own community. We ain't doing stuff, and you ain't coming back over here no more unless it's war." And she handled her business. I can't be saying her name. And then you have all the sisters who did hair and was billionaires from being hair and started soaps and facial things and all. You got so many black women and so many brown skinned women and so many Asian women that put so many parts inside of the society that we don't never give them the credits for what really credit is being due for what the mark that they put in society. Then on top of that, how many men have you ever heard Coretta Scott sleep with? How many men you heard Bertie Shabazz before she rest in peace that she slept with? How many men have you heard Winnie Mandela sleep with? Now listen, if Jay was sleeping with somebody, that's the first thing they would have put out on them. Like they were doing this, they was doing that. No, they was mama bears. They was true mama bears. They was big mamas. And see, big mama don't play that. Big mama always held the family together. Even when the family didn't want to be held together, big mama held the family together. And every family always had a big mama. You feel what I'm saying to you? So it's a difference when it comes down to me and my music. So I support that situation. I love the black woman, but at the same time, I also understand the situation of the girls who's stripping in the street, who got it hard. I also understand the girls who runaways. I also understand the girls who went to foster care and got hit up by the stepdaddy, by the father that she trusted into and believed in, or the cousin or the uncle who thought you ain't my family, you got to give me that. I understand all that situation too. It's two sides to the having one foot on a banana peel and other foot in the graveyard. Now let's get to hip hop because I got stories all through hip hop. Hey, I got stories all through hip hop, not just my politics. You know what I'm saying? Let me log up. We about to step in the Rolls Royce with y'all real quick. Let you know exactly how we living as well. Because this is like MTV Cribs or whatever you want to use it. Like okay, this is Rolls Royce Cribs. I drive that, the Bentley. I drive nice cars. So now let's get past that. Now let's get to the music. Man, ain't no artist ever put out 4 CDs like me.
No, they have not.
No artist. And if so, please, oh please name who did that. Who put out 4 CDs?
How many songs per CD? I can't hear you again. Can't hear you. What happened?
The car. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
All right.
Got you.
I take because the car takes over, technology takes over. Like it literally takes over. Like, you know what I mean? You get in the car turns on your phone to say, let me hear you listen, let me hear you talk. Now,
right. How many songs per season?
I was signed to Fat Five Freddy.
To what?
I got some Fat Five Freddy stories too. Because I was on Fat Five Freddy when he took over Palace Records, and my twin brother is E-Rule. And we were signed to Palace Records when Fat Five Freddy took over Palace Records for Masul and them. And that's part of our artists is why we were independent, because we got jerked. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Now you independent now, right?
Am I still independent? Well, I'm on Empire. So I'm just being distributed through Empire right now. Is this light bothering you? You can see me?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm being distributed through Empire right now. But I always been on either Sony or Warner Bros. Whatever Flip was dealing with, whatever Flip was on. That was always my part of my platform. But right now, before Flip came into my life, I had already was doing music. I was already on Palace Records, and we was distributed through Columbia. I was already on CBS, who was being distributed through Warner Brothers with it was us. The name of my group was Movement X, and we the one who did that song called "Freedom Had Shot Freedom Shot the President," and the only ones who was on the group on the label with us was the Pee Wee Herman. Russell Simmons was on the label too, but he was on the other part he was on the rap part of the music label. They didn't sign us to the rap part of the label. They thought they was gonna have something different with us, and we was all political and stuff. And then the feds came in, and we started making that kind of music. And the feds came in there and made them freeze every one of our lyrics to write it all down. When you have to write them all down, and did all that stuff, and then they shelved us. Then that was before I was on Palace with E-Rule. Then that was Movement X. That was King Born and Mustafa, Born Mustafa, out of California. Then we signed E-Rule to Palace Records, and then Palace was the Japanese label, and then they bought Fat Five Freddy in with for $3 million to run a $3 million budget. And when they turned up and they looked up and down and turned around and looked around, there's like $200,000 in their account, and with nobody's projects out. We was us, the Bushwhackers.
How that happened?
Us Bushwhackers, Supernatural. Remember the Freestyle King Supernatural?
Yeah.
Yes. I was part of that movement.
3 million went to 200,000 all of a sudden.
It disappeared like a cuss, like a motherfucker. And then here you are, got artists can't even afford to pay their bills or do nothing else in life. And we all got Shanghai. Fat Five Freddy disappeared into the cloud of smoke. The Japanese people were looking for him. They had 101 excuses. Why such and such? We had a hot single out called "Listen Up" at the time. Google us, Listen Up. Maybe I know you remember us. You in California?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Listen Up. We went big.
Yes, sir.
Listen Up. E-Rule.
Have you guys toured out here?
Huh?
Have you toured out here?
Do I have pulled out here?
Have you toured out here?
I've toured everywhere.
Have you toured out here? Just show.
Yeah, I toured everywhere. I rap with Lil Flip. So we sold 20 million records. We toured everywhere. But I'm talking about before there was Lil Flip. Is the story I'm telling you about. This Lil Flip didn't have nothing to do with Fat Five Freddy. I'm only keying on what Yella was talking about when y'all was talking about with Yella with Fat Five Freddy. I was listening to the whole thing. I've been online listening to the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying I got a Fat Five Freddy story I'm not really happy with. So I would never big up Fab until he come and apologize for having 3 brothers that believed in him and followed him and believed in his whole method and did anything for him. And then he burnt us. And then he left us there. And when we was caught at Polish Records, we was caught all up in situation. We had to go fight to get out of our contract. They burned us for the music. Didn't want to pay us. Didn't want to, all kinds of stuff. But that's part of our situation that taught me the game. That's why I know the game now. And that's why I could see it coming a mile away now, because you had to be burnt in order to be successful. So the person that burnt me was somebody that we looked up to as a hip hop historian. He is a hip hop historian, but he didn't got one of those flaws. He gonna always have a flaws in his crack and his egg when it comes down to E-Rule, Kingborn, and Black Al Capone.
How'd you get your name at Black Al Capone?
I was always a skinny dude, and I was always little, but I always had a good knuckle game, and I could fight, and I was always the person who was jumping on the biggest person in school. And then that gave me, and my mother was a hustler, and my father was a hustler, and I learned the game from a hustler point of view, where everybody else in school probably was like still trying to figure out some stuff. I already knew how to hustle. So the older dudes in school would always, like, I had to hustle. So they'd be like, oh, that little dude right there, yeah, he get money. He get money. So the older dudes would always listen to me because they wanted to get money too. So I probably weighed 80 pounds or whatever, and then I was running around with people that were wearing 200, 300, 400 pounds, and they would be listening to everything I tell them to do, and I would show them, I would get the money, and I would make sure everybody ate. So then me having the ability to make sure everybody ate, going through the systems of the game, became a situation. My mother, Capone, was her favorite character in the mob stories, because my mom was a gangstress, and she'd be like, yo, you like baby Capone. And when I got with Flip put the duh and the behind it. I always wore black with everything I do. Like everything's like, I got on black now. Everything's always black. My store is called Black Candy. My name is Black Al Capone. My nickname is Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I drive a black fucking Escalade, a black Yukon. You know what I'm saying? It's like so the word black stuck to me. And then we was just calling myself Capone at first. And then when I go to file stuff underneath Capone, his family got in contact with my management and my lawyer at the time, and said he can't be using his name like that, because they was going in on me on MySpace. They was like attacking me, like, you nigger, you this, you that. How dare you use his name? Why would you? He don't even like niggers, so why would you do this? And I had to explain to him, no, Al Capone didn't have a problem with the niggas. Al Capone was a gangster. He hired Irish, he hired Jews, he hired niggas, he hired whoever was going to be able to be loyal to him and is going to hold a pistol and wanted to get $1. That was Al Capone, the real Al Capone. He was never prejudiced saying fuck niggas. Never. He had niggas. Some of the niggas was his best friend. And if you remember the St. Valentine's Massacre, he used the nigga in order to set up the St. Valentine's Massacre.
Okay.
So
now I heard you had an issue with T.I.
Oh boy, man! Did you hear he just went to jail yesterday?
No, I didn't hear. I heard he either overseas or something. Got hit a cop or something. I mean, ran into a cop or something on the bicycle.
Yeah, he hit a cop on a bicycle and didn't have no ID on him.
So how did you and him get into it, man? I'm just curious.
And they couldn't get out. They couldn't get out of the. He couldn't get out of that situation without having cash. I was shocked. There's no Bell's bondsman system of it, and you can't use cash on the situation over there. You have to pay everything on credit card. That goes to show us that everything has been switched up to euro now. That's that euro coin.
Okay.
The only coin that it is to have a woman on it, and on it is the Indian woman holding the baby, right?
Right.
Did you know that?
I know that. No.
Yeah.
No.
Serious work. So they everything's going over to euro coins now. So euro money or euro everything. So everything's gonna got something to do with the barcode now. So we're gonna have to have credit cards for everything. Because then I don't know the last time you really flew, like, you know what I mean? Because we still been on tour, and we've been flying. We don't have the private plane no more. So we on commercial. And I just know that everything in these commercial airports that we've been going to, you have to have a credit card to buy a soda. So the people that's been going into some of these credit, I literally is one of a victim of that situation. That's one of the reasons why I went out and got like a lot of different credit cards, because for the simple fact is like I went to the airport and I tried to buy a hamburger and not a hamburger, a turkey burger, a salad, and next thing you know, they selling me like such amount of money, and I'm like, okay, here I pulled out a football amount of money, and they like, that ain't no good in here. I'm like, what you mean it's no good in here? She said, you have to have a credit card to eat in the mall. I mean, eat in this the airport. I'm like, a credit card. So I had to get one of them, the other Clover G's to give him the cash and put on the credit card to pay for my food. And that's what learned me to go out and get my own credit cards at the bank.
Wow, that's crazy.
How old are you?
That's crazy.
How old are you?
I'm 64 years old, man.
So when did you make
64.
that song? When did you make that song?
1986.
86?
30 years ago. 35 years ago.
So you was in high school when you did that?
No. I was a grown ass man. That was a real story. That was a real story.
So where can I find your book at?
In Amazon. N.W.A. Stories with Lonzo.
For those who don't know, can you tell us the name for your fans?
That's it right there.
Let me screenshot that.
N.W.A. Not one of mine.
Let me screenshot that so I can post it on my page.
You got it.
Okay, I got it. So tell us the title of your book.
Yes, sir. N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo.
So and yo, you better that song. Did you discover Miss Yella?
Yes, sir. I sure did. She was 17 years old. But easy get credit for it. I don't know how you get credit for discovering somebody on my hit record.
Say it again.
I don't know how he gets credit. Easy gets credit for discovering Miss Yella, but I'm trying to figure out how you discover somebody on my hit record.
And you own the rights to your record.
Yes, sir. I very much so.
That's why I asked you that question, because I know Lonzo played a very major part in the way Dr. Dre thought in the beginning, and Dr. Dre in the situation, and when it comes down to this music and things of that nature, and Lonzo was the first star out of everybody.
Thank you, Doc.
That's
man. You know DOC?
That's the reality. Do I know him? Say it again.
Yeah.
Do I know him? I only know him from like seeing him around in
Do you know DOC?
California. Yeah, the real DOC. You're talking about from on the East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, from Houston.
He's from
from Houston.
DOC was from Houston?
Oh, I did it. Yeah, he's from Houston.
Where's he at nowadays?
I'm just curious.
I think he
last time I saw him, he was here in LA.
I think didn't he do Flip's podcast not too long ago?
He might have. He did my podcast.
Yeah.
He might have. He's doing a documentary right now.
When I get my podcast up and solid, you gonna come do my podcast?
You got it, baby. Not a problem. Yes, sir.
And you gonna do a song with me?
You got it.
And also, did you get a chance to hear my music?
No, I did not. I can't. I've been running all day long. I just had a chance to do it, read your bio and get some information on you about you slapping T.I. and shit like that, and some other stuff about your 4 albums. I thought you weren't gonna make it for a minute. I'm usually gone by now. You almost didn't. You just caught me. I'm usually off by now. I'm usually off by 7 o'clock. So I'm just holding on.
Yeah.
Because you sound pretty cool.
It's God's blessing for me to do this situation, because for one, you are a star and a celebrity, and I deserve to be around that, because you are who you eat. So it look like if I hang with 9 idiots, I'm gonna become an idiot. If I hang with 9 dumb people, I could become dumb. If I hang with 9 stupid persons, I become stupid. If I hang with 9 suckers, I can become a sucker. If I hang with 9 people who don't rap, I won't think about music. If I hang around 9 persons who's thinking, I'm gonna become a thinker. If I hang around 9 people who ain't cussing, I'll stop cussing. If I hang around 9 people who ain't eating meat, I'll divert from eating meat and become a vegetarian. If you hang around 9 people that's going in the right way of life, you'll be never have to worry about being in trouble. if you hang around with 9 rich motherfuckers, you'll be the 10th rich person. And rich don't mean how much money you have in your pocket. Rich means your state of mind.
I like talking to you, Doc. I appreciate that knowledge.
Music industry? How did you get in the music industry? Like, what drove you first to hit that keyboard the first?
Man, I've been running club. I DJ'd for years. I got my first club when I was 22. I started breaking action like Run DMC and Curtis Blow. And I started seeing hip hop coming to California. And I just invested in hip hop, man. I invested in a drum machine, studio time, and started doing it. And next thing I know, we got a record deal. I've been independent most of the time, but I had one major record deal with CBS back in the day. And I've always been attracted to music. I grew up on the Temptations and shit like that. So I can't sing, but I figured, nigga, I can rap. I can handle that shit. And that's what I did. And I became a magnet for other cats.
Who's your favorite rap artist other than yourself?
Ooh, man, one of my favorite rap artists.
You gotta give me two. You can give me two. It could be from anywhere, living or dead.
Man, I'm a big Tupac fan. Tupac always kept it 100. I like Tupac. Plus, we got the same birthday. That's one of my favorite cats.
Did you get a chance to know him personally?
I met him. I didn't know him, but I did meet him. We had the same. His manager was my best friend, and I met him a couple times. Never really hung out with him too much. Was always in passing, but he was a super cool cat from the times I met him. He was just a straightforward kind of guy, man. I like him a lot. I liked him when I met him. And then probably another favorite rapper of mine from the old school. I've always been a big Kool Moe Dee fan, man. You know Kool Moe Dee was probably one of the most sharpest cats of his era. I've always liked Kool and like LL Cool, so they was always beefing. But I like both of them motherfuckers, man. I can't help
it. My favorite all time is Tupac. And how you know is my favorite because I made moves with him out in Jersey and Baltimore, and I met him in Los Angeles with Bigger Beat. I don't know if you know Bigger Beat from Trinity Club. Yeah. So I met him with bless the rest of Bigger Beat, and then I named my son Prince Tupac Shakur Jesus Allah, and I named my other son King Machiavelli Allah. So after my brother, because he taught me a lot of situations. We had a lot of conversations over some weed. And then two, my old school ones, I have to split the coin on that one because I was a MC Sham fan. Like I loved him to death with the Kango and stuff like that. So I was more of an MC Sham fan. But I'm always been a gangster rapper, so I always supported gangster music. So I would have to go with Just Ice and Cool G Rap. You know what I'm saying? As my old school gangsters. You know what I mean? Now, who's your favorite R&B?
I hate to say this, but R. Kelly.
No, ain't no wrong what you're saying, R. Kelly. All right, mine would have to be Sade, and Sade has to take the split on it because if I'm riding down in the highway and I'm putting some miles in the car, if something's wrong with me and I don't want to talk or think, I think about other stuff. What I would do is I would have to put on Sade or I would have to put on Marvin Gaye. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff like that was like it was like that was like music that messes with me nowadays that I think that is timeless to me, and I think to the generations of the people, because you could ask a younger generation now who Marvin Gaye is and they'll be able to say his music. Now probably don't even know his name. They definitely know Sade's music, but they don't know her name because these people wasn't visuals. Like they like Michael Jackson to me. Michael Jackson, Sade, Marvin Gaye, Prince, and people like that all had the same problem. No one ever sees them unless they on show or they got something that's got positive that's going on. Other than that, they're invisible. You know?
I'm looking at my chat room, and boy, they eat my ass up for saying DOC was from Houston. He's from Dallas. My bad, goddammit. My bad. They eat my ass up.
That's what I told you. That's why I said he interviewed him in Dallas. That's why I thought he was in he was in Dallas. So
I didn't know Texas, huh? I bet him in Houston. That's why I never asked that, huh?
What do you feel about the new turntables? Like
what new turntables?
Do you miss the old the 12s, or do you like these CDJs and the CD things that they're spinning now? Well, just off the computer. It's 3 ways of doing music now. You can still play the 12s, you can use CDJs, or you can spin it off the computer.
I just bought something that's combined all that shit together. I got a Denon DJ Pro. It's a computer built. Everything is built in. It got the jog wheels on it. I don't need a computer, and it don't have 12s on it. I mean, it don't have. It's not a turntable, but it's about that big. And I love this little motherfucker because I don't need to carry nothing but it. And I go spin, and it cost me $1,000. The best $1,000 I spent in a long time.
So
but I'm an old school DJ from the beginning. I play with everything.
How do you got it? Yeah. How you get the music to play? You program it in it, or you
put an SD card, stick it in the machine.
Huh?
Yeah. Take an SD card and a memory stick.
Okay.
I played on 8-track.
2 rules like we used to do back in the day. You have to take 2 show CDs. Like back in the day, we used to take 2 show CDs. Do you take 2 memory sticks?
I always keep a backup, baby. Always keep a backup.
So you got
a real player keep a backup.
So you have a backup memory stick.
Yes, I do.
Memory stick get fucked up.
Yes, right. I keep a backup in my damn bag at all times. Always. That's old school, baby.
DJ, y'all, good round for true DJ, man. Let me tell you something. When I do these interviews, like I let the people interview me, but when I do these interviews, I usually end up interviewing the person that's interviewing me. Let me tell you why I do that. Because I feel that, this is my time to give you your flowers and pay homage to y'all. Because see, we're nothing without y'all. But then in turn, when we dead and gone, we move on from our DJs and from our hype mans. They don't really have too many careers or too much to do. So they'll be like this. Like I've been a hype man for 20-something years for a little flip. For 20 money and cars and build the business. Outside of that, from the music money, as a hype man, I never had to return back to the streets. As a hype man, I never had to go back to selling drugs. As a hype man, it's like, damn, I've been hype man for so long. I've been doing music. I got 15, 16, 17 albums in the computer, and the label always came to when it's time to put out my situation. It was always like something where they couldn't put out my album because we had to focus on something that was dealing with Flip's album. Okay. And me being a good 2-guard, I ended up like Scottie Pippen. Like right now, no one knows to focus on what's going on with Scottie Pippen. Like how many children does he have? Where is he at right now? What business does he own? How's he surviving? Is he working at McDonald's now? Is he such? Okay. Like no one gives Split Star the credit that Split Star deserves. Split Star got to rap just as well as Busta Rhymes do. Because if not, then how the hell do Split Star catches Busta Rhymes' main words and make it sound like it's Busta Rhymes? Because when you hype man, it's bang, 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 bang. We might say 3-4 words, but those words got to be in tune with how he made the record.
Right.
So that means you got to know how to rap. You got to be able to hold the beat. And then on top of that, you're doing this, spinning around. You're jumping around while you're doing it because you're the hype man. You moving faster and harder than the artists do. The hype man sweats more than the artists do. The hype man interacts with the crowd more than the artists do. The hype man comes out on stage and starts to show off more than you do. The hype man, if the crowd is not fucking functioning on what he's want to do, if it's a tad-ass crowd, it's the hype man's duty to bring the motherfucking crowd up to speed. All right, why we don't have a hype man award? Why we don't have hype man insurance? Why we don't have hype man care, aftercare, or nothing of that nature? Like I had a cool boss.
That's dope.
The little Flip. So he's a different animal. He made it so I can make money and do what I got to do and still be me. That's why I'm driving around with Rolls Royces and Bentleys and owning my own stores and shit. But I'm saying, but that comes from me having to take my money and diversifying my portfolio like I seen him do. That ain't come from me doing this music. My thing is like, what is the kickback for the hype man? What is the kickback for the DJ? The DJ and the hype man is just like this. Like if it wasn't for your DJing, you had the ability after you finish doing music to reinvent yourself into something that you was doing already. So you didn't do something new. All you did is fucking went from being a DJ, evolved into a rapper, and then evolved back into a DJ. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But everybody don't have that talent that just you got. as a DJ. So now that man don't have a talent as a DJ to do something like he can rap, like DJ Khaled. He was a DJ. How he reinvented himself? We're the best. Da, da, da. He reinvented himself. He put out the albums. He put the beats together. He put this together. He locked up this money. That's how he's making his money.
Right.
When last time you heard from DJ Drama?
Been a minute.
You get my point of view? Or y'all DJ?
I don't know.
The DJ for Eazy-E was who? Yella.
Huh?
Supposed to be Yella, right? Or was Yella a rapper?
Was Yella a rapper?
Was Yella a rapper, a DJ at one point, or was he just always?
Oh, he's a DJ.
Rapper. So it wasn't Yella. Huh? Who's the DJ?
Yella was a DJ. Turned rapper. He was a DJ turned rapper.
Turned rapper.
He turned rapper. He was DJ first.
That's my point. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said Yella was a DJ.
Yeah.
Now look, rapper. Okay. Now let's go to somebody like DJ Scratch.
Shit, I got to, you know what? This is a hell of I need you on my show again, man. Because I got to get ready to go. I've been on the show for 2 hours now. It's the longest show I ever did.
That means we made history. Me and you
God
made
damn,
history.
this is the longest
This is the longest show you ever did. This is the longest show you ever did, and this is the first time a recording artist interviews you on your own show.
That's true too.
So your fans know more about you probably now by fucking with me than they knew by you interviewing everybody and nobody give you the credit that you deserve.
You're a true hype man, Doc.
We only here so long because I'm making sure that you get every one of the flowers that you deserve, bro. You 50-something years old. We grew up fucking listening to your music. I want every one of my fans, children, and everybody to know that I actually knew you, know you, and now did something with you. Nigga, this is an honor. That's why I got you on here so long. Not because I'm moving with slow gases, actually because I'm moving with fast gases because I had to catch up with speed. My protons, neutrons, electrons had to come together and form an atom. So then before I get off here, let me tell y'all get in contact with me at Black Al Capone .713. The label is CloverGEmpire.com. www.cloverg, Clover, this is the letter G, Empire.com. Y'all can hit me up at www.blackcandyhouston.com. That's my fashion line. Y'all can hit me up on my Instagram, as I said, Black Al Capone .713. If y'all need to holler at me, if you need any music consultant or worldwide matters consultant, y'all know how to hit me on the DM and follow me. Now, if you are an artist and you're trying to get on and you need distribution and you need a budget behind you, you hit me at 323-996-8605. Because me, I don't need you to be hitting me on no DM for that. Send the money straight to my phone. Send me your hottest record straight to my phone. Send me, if you need a feature, send it straight to my phone. Let's go straight there. Forget email, forget anything, because I don't be always on those things. I don't be always on social media. But you call my phone and you can get straight to it.
Say it again.
Now, if you need a feature from Black Al Capone or anybody else underneath my team, are you trying to book me for a show, or if you need consultant, or if you are a recording artist and you need to get on and need distribution and need management and need a way because you feel like you had fucking you just spinning your wheels backwards and forwards with CD Baby and all the rest of that kind of good stuff, hit me up at 323-996-8605. We done sold over 20 million records and over 15 million ringtones out of my camp, and still counting. I am the Black Al Capone. I've been with Lil Flip since day one. You can see me right next to him. I've been running shit and helling shit since day one. So it is my time to shine. I got 4 albums coming out. It is Crack House, Dope House, Trap House, and Ho House. I am the first recording artist until somebody try to go out there and do it before me. But if so, you're going to still give me my credit because y'all heard me first on the soundbite nowadays. And the internet is crazy. I can just go back and push and say where I said it at. 4 albums dropping. I got an album out, a single out right now with Big Pokey. Please go stream it on any platform that I'm not on. So there's no excuses for you not to stream me. Yo, go get the new single I got, I'm a Liar, featuring totally myself. Go get a new single I got out called Celebrate, featuring multi-platinum recording artist Little Flip. And go to Little Flip's new album called Leprechaun 2. I'm track 9 with him, the underboss and the boss on that project. So, do you need to go holler at me? I need artists. I need filmmakers. I got a movie coming out that goes with the 4 projects. It's called Gangsta Novelties. It's already clipped and done, but we making it up as episodes now. So we need to shoot 100 episodes. So I need filmmakers. I need videographers. I need soundmen. I run through y'all like water. Y'all don't work hard enough for me. I only sleep 3 hours out of the day. I don't believe in going to bed. I believe the body is a terrible thing to waste. And when y'all in bed sleep, I'm trying to make money over in China, Australia, and England. So you can go sleep when you sleep, but guess what? The rest of the part of the world now woke up. So that means that you're only getting one-sided artists. So you got to get both sides of the money. In order for you to get both sides of the money, you have to sacrifice your body for your grandkids and your kids to have royalties. That's what I'm doing if you want my advice as an artist. Other than that, book your own shows. Fuck the promoter waiting for him to come and get you. You put up your own money for the show. You go find artists that's harder than you, and you open up for them. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
I'm not waiting for no duplicated, no company or something. Buy your own memory sticks. Go get memory sticks with your names on them and your company name on them. So even when these DJs done trash your music off of it, they still walking around with your memory stick. Remember, a memory stick is like a cup holder. It's like something important, a magnet on your refrigerator. They'll keep using it 1,001 times. So if you want to promo yourself right, buy your own memory machine and get your own memory sticks and start doing your own memory situations. So therefore, you can take your videos, all of them, and put them on a memory stick. You can take your music, each album, and put them on a memory stick, and then you get that to the DJ and let him pick what the fuck he wanted to use out of the situation. Because us sending them DJs 1 or 2 songs is taking too many times for us to spin our wheels. We have to renew history. History will repeat itself. Tupac sent 5 songs from the label. Jay-Z sent 5 songs to the label at one time to play. I'm not picking a single. You pick the single. Y'all pick the single. That's why this dropped July 20th. I dropped I'm a Liar. July 30th. I dropped Looking for My Niggas with Big Pokey. August, this month I dropped me and my artist D Range out of Cloverland. And we dropped him. It's called Betty Won't Do It. The video is finished. At the end of this month, I dropped Royal Family. My artist is out of Austin, and that's to celebrate the Big Mo single. And then after that, I dropped E-Rule out of California with DJ Brainiac. That is called Flight Risk. Is ready to go in his project. Then after I dropped Flight Risk the same day. We're gonna drop my other artist out of the Bronx, and that is So Real with Blackface out of the Bronx. That'll type up for the next 2 months. After that, we start the whole process again. You're gonna drop 1 on me, 2 on me, another one on this artist, another one on that artist, another one on this artist, another one. I'm gonna keep doing it until my 4 CDs are out. I'm waiting for the label to just put these out. We're gonna keep pushing money over and over and over and over again in your face, video after video, video after face. And I'm not worried about no world star hits. I'm not worried about y'all fake people doing them fake hits. No, stop calling my phone, stop DMing me, talking about use your program with the fucking for fake hits. I don't fuck a fake hit. I only want real spins for the simple fact I am the underdog. I need to know why I'm the underdog. So I need to know. I know a million motherfuckers that look just like me. So therefore, you million motherfuckers should be going to stream this shit because I am and you are the underdog. They do not want us to win. We are the hype men. We are the situation. Now, I can't say that the boss of the hype men don't want us to win. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying you as the fans don't want us to win. Because if you did want us to win, you'll be kicking down every artist that we the hype man for, saying, where's our CD at? Like we invisible. Knowing damn good and well we artists. When last time y'all bought a Split Star album?
All right.
Or a single? Or shout out to my nigga Flavor Flav. When last time y'all bought Flavor Flav, the #1 hype man in the world? Why he don't get plaques? He done reinvented himself 300,000 times. How many more times Flavor got to do that shit as a hype man? He was Chuck D's hype man. Can y'all please let that nigga in the door before he died? Give him his flowers. No disrespect. What about Paz? Shady 45, Eminem's hype man. Detroit. They don't give him no flowers.
All right, we got to go, Doc. It's been 2 hours, baby. We got to come back, man. I got to get you back, dude. You got too much energy,
You know,
man.
my manager, shout out to my
you got
manager,
too much
my
energy.
publicist, AJ. Shout out to his company. If y'all need a publicist, he don't mess with everybody in management. So you guys, baby, you gotta have your own budget. You gotta be secure because he's not just wasting. He's not spinning your wheels. So he's not gonna sit there and lie to you. Shout out to AJ. But if you need management and if y'all need a publicist, holla at AJ.
All right,
the real AJ.
Peace.
Holla at AJ, man. Let me get back up on there, man. Don't let me in there,
Black
man.
Al
Let
Capone,
me be in the game, bro.
The Black Al Capone.
Yeah, huh?
Much love,
Yes, sir.
All right, peace.
Man.